My name is Jeff Raffauf, and I'm one of the pastors at West Lawn United Methodist Church, and I want to welcome you to this time of daily connection. It's been our privilege to share with you and to interact with you, to connect with you these past several weeks. And as we continue to do so this week, we've been looking at some we are statements of our church. We are Bible-based and Christ-centered, and we also have tried over the recent years, over the last many years, to exhibit radical hospitality. And I'd like to share with you a few thoughts about that today, not only as a church and how we view it, but how it might be lived out in our lives in these COVID-19 days. Hospitality is defined as the friendly and generous reception and entertainment of guests, visitors, and strangers. Several years ago, my wife and I went on a cruise, and it was a first experience for me like that. And when I came back, I was struck by how everyone in that environment, of course, an artificial environment, a vacation environment, a very short-term environment, but how everyone in that environment worked so hard to make us feel welcomed and to meet our every need. It occurred to me that when I came back to church that we should be doing, at the very least, the same, if not more. We should be striving to welcome, to greet, to make comfortable, and so that they feel welcome, those who come to our church. I know it's not easy for one who is not involved in a church community to reach out and go into a strange place. And so we have tried to do a number of things in our church, and I hope they're working. I know not every church is going to meet the need of every person. And so for some people, West Lawn won't be the right fit. But we have found among a number of people some wonderful and affirming comments about feeling the presence of God in that place, feeling the Spirit of the Lord at work within our congregation, and many have felt very much at home at West Lawn. I am grateful for that. But I'd like to put this in perspective with a passage from the letter to the Hebrews. Hebrews 13, verses 1 and 2 says, "Let mutual love continue. Let mutual love continue. Do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers. For by doing that, some have entertained angels without knowing it." Some have entertained angels without knowing it. That's a great passage. Do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers. Now, if you've been through one of our Inquirers classes over the last decade or more, you have probably heard me say that every church likes to describe themselves as friendly. In fact, back in 1912, our church painted on the front of their first building a statement that said, "The Friendly Church." Well, most churches are friendly to their own. They're friendly to people just like them. But at West Lawn, we have worked very hard to be friendly, to show hospitality to people who we do not know and who may be first-timers. Have we always succeeded? No. Has anyone ever glared at someone for sitting in their seat? Probably. But we work very hard to extend that hospitality to others. Now, in these COVID-19 days, what do we do? What do we do when we're not at church? What do we do when we're not there to open the doors for people? What do we do when we can't extend the hospitality that we like to show on a Sunday morning? Well, some folks helped me come up with a list of things that maybe you can do as you strive to extend hospitality to strangers. Do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers. Maybe you could order a delivery meal for someone else, someone who may be alone or maybe in need. Perhaps you could think about, if it's within your means, buying a gift card from a local business. In fact, buy that gift card and then give it away to someone else in need, and you get the twofold benefit of supporting a business and supporting a person. How about this? How about you leave a thank you note for your postal worker or the FedEx driver or the Amazon delivery person, just to let them know that you care. My niece, when I visited her house at Christmas time, had a little basket of things out, bottles of water and some little snacks for the delivery people, as she apparently did a lot of shopping online. Wouldn't it be wonderful to show that kind of hospitality to someone else? Perhaps you could Offer free online classes in art or exercise or whatever you're good at. If you sew, maybe you could make masks for your neighbors and friends. Someone made me, actually, a couple of ladies made me some masks that I have really appreciated. Sewing is not my gift. Or you can give of yourself by your time. Friends, can I encourage you to think about calling someone, emailing, writing them a letter, putting it in the mail. Text someone if you'd care to, someone you haven't seen or talked to in a while. You know, we have 11 children in our church family who right now are writing to older adults in our congregation as pen pals. And they all look forward, young and old, to meeting in person once the quarantine is over. And just the other day, I was out visiting from a safe social distance with a neighbor, and she was telling me about her experience at calling other people in our congregation. And what a blessing it has been, we hope, to the people receiving the calls, but what a blessing it has been to the person making the call. You see, in extending hospitality to strangers, we are blessed as well. Friends, extending hospitality, radical hospitality, going above and beyond whatever others might expect. That's what we strive to do at West Lawn. And I believe in these challenging days, as you strive to do the same, God will bless you for it and will bless others through you. May God be with you.